Jack had invited his closest friends over for a night of games and fun. It was a tradition they had started years ago, and it had become a cherished ritual. Each month, they would gather at someone's house, bringing along their favorite games and snacks, ready to unwind and enjoy each other's company.
I can't wait to get started. This is always the highlight of my month. These snacks are going to be perfect. We've got everything from chips and dip to homemade cookies.
And I brought all my favorite board games. We've got classics like Monopoly and Scrabble, and some new ones to try out too. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see who wins tonight.
Jack's cozy living room, bathed in the warm glow of fairy lights, was the perfect setting for their little gathering. The soft lighting created a welcoming atmosphere, making everyone feel right at home. Laughter filled the air as they shared stories, reminiscing about old times and creating new memories. They talked about their latest adventures, funny incidents at work, and plans for the future.
All right, everyone, let's get comfortable and start the night. We've got a lot of games to get through.
The friends settled into their usual spots. Jack on the plush armchair, which had become his throne for these gatherings, Sarah curled up on the beanbag, her favorite spot since it was the most comfortable, and Emma perched on the edge of the sofa, always ready to jump up and grab more snacks or drinks for everyone. A cheerful fire crackled in the fireplace, casting dancing shadows on the walls, adding to the warm ambience of the room. The sound of the crackling fire was soothing, making the room feel even cozier. They were all relaxed and comfortable, enjoying each other's company. The night was young, and they had plenty of time to play games, laugh, and make more memories together. It was nights like these that reminded them of the importance of friendship and the joy of spending time with loved ones. The friends decided to start with a classic board game. Their competitive spirits ignited with playful banter and friendly rivalry. The air was filled with excitement as they set up the game, each piece placed with anticipation. The room buzzed with energy, a perfect setting for an evening of fun and camaraderie. As the game progressed, so did the laughter and the friendly jabs. Each move was met with cheers or groans, and the room echoed with the sound of dice rolling and pieces clinking. The friends were fully immersed, their faces lighting up with every twist and turn of the game.
Looks like I'm on a winning streak tonight. This is my lucky day.
Oh no, not again. You're too good at this, Emma. I can't believe you're winning again.
Emma, known for her strategic thinking, seemed to be on a winning streak, much to Jack's mock dismay. Her eyes sparkled with determination as she planned her next move, while Jack threw his hands up in exaggerated frustration, eliciting more laughter from the group. Sarah, though lagging behind, was entertained by their playful competition. She watched with a smile, enjoying the lively atmosphere and the joy of being surrounded by friends. The game was more about the shared experience than the outcome.
You two are hilarious. I don't even mind losing if it means I get to watch this. This is better than any comedy show.
The aroma of freshly baked cookies wafted from the kitchen, adding a warm and inviting scent to the room. It was a reminder of the delicious treats that awaited them, a tempting prelude to the delicious spread Jack had prepared. The table was adorned with an array of dishes, each one more mouth-watering than the last. Jack had outdone himself, and the friends couldn't wait to dig in. They paused their game, their appetites peaked, and moved to the dining table, which was laden with an assortment of treats and drinks. The transition from game to feast was seamless, and the friends eagerly took their seats, ready to enjoy the meal. As they ate, they shared stories, their voices blending in a harmonious symphony of friendship and laughter. The conversation flowed easily, filled with anecdotes, jokes, and heartfelt moments. The evening was a perfect blend of good food, great company, and unforgettable memories. A sudden sharp knock on the door echoed through the quiet house, momentarily silencing the friends. The sound was unexpected, cutting through the laughter and chatter that had filled the room just moments before. A wave of surprise swept over them. They weren't expecting any other visitors. The evening had been planned as a small, intimate gathering, and everyone who was supposed to be there had already arrived.
Excuse me for a moment. Wonder who that could be. Jack's voice broke the silence, his tone a mix of curiosity and concern.
Jack, slightly startled, excused himself from the table and went to answer the door, wondering who could be outside at this late hour. The hallway seemed longer and darker than usual as he made his way towards the source of the knock. Curiosity hung heavy in the air as Sarah and Emma exchanged puzzled glances. They had been deep in conversation, and the interruption left them both feeling uneasy.
Who could it be at this hour? Sarah's voice was barely above a whisper, her eyes wide with uncertainty.
Maybe it's just a neighbor? But it is pretty late. Emma's attempt to reassure herself did little to ease the tension in the room.
Their conversation dwindled to a nervous silence. The once lively atmosphere had shifted, replaced by a palpable sense of anticipation. As they strained to hear any sounds from the hallway, every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of fabric seemed amplified in the stillness. The element of surprise had introduced a note of suspense into their evening. What had started as a simple knock had now become the focal point of their attention, leaving them all on edge, waiting for what would happen next. A tall, slender figure, silhouetted against the dim light of the hallway, entered the room. The stranger, dressed in an ill-fitting suit, had a peculiar air about him, his movements stiff and awkward. He cast a sweeping glance around the room, his eyes darting from one friend to another, making everyone feel strangely uncomfortable.
Good evening. I do hope I'm not intruding.
His sudden appearance, coupled with his odd demeanor, immediately raised alarm bells in Sarah's mind.
Who are you, and what are you doing here?
The stranger's raspy whisper seemed to hang in the air, adding to the growing tension in the room. As the stranger settled into a chair, his movements were strangely deliberate, almost mechanical. He kept running his fingers through his hair, which seemed to be an unconvincing shade of bright pink.
Did you notice the way his eyes dart around the room? He never quite makes direct eye contact. His presence is becoming increasingly unsettling.
Jack, though trying to remain composed, seemed equally bewildered by their unexpected guest. He kept throwing Sarah and Emma confused looks, silently communicating his own unease. The stranger's arrival had cast a pall over the room, their previous light-hearted mood replaced by a growing sense of suspicion and discomfort. Suddenly Jack's phone rang, shattering the tense silence. He glanced at the caller ID, his expression turning from surprise to confusion.
Excuse me a moment.
Jack muttered, getting up to answer the call in the other room. The friends watched him go, their eyes filled with questions.
That was strange. Who could be calling him now?
I have no idea.
The stranger, seemingly oblivious to their hushed conversation, continued to twirl a strand of his pink hair, his gaze fixed on some distant point on the wall. Moments later, Jack returned, a broad smile spreading across his face. He cleared his throat, trying to contain his laughter.
Well, this is awkward. You'll never guess who's on the phone. The real Jack.
The stranger, as if on cue, burst into laughter, pulling off his wig and wiping away the fake moustache. It was their friend Tom, disguised beyond recognition.
Oh my gosh, Tom!
I can't believe it.
The truth dawned on Sarah and Emma, and they couldn't help but join in the laughter, relieved and delighted by the unexpected turn of events. The rest of the evening was filled with laughter and explanations. Tom, a master of disguise, had orchestrated the entire prank with Jack's help. He recounted how he had intercepted Jack's phone call, adding to the mystery.
Despite the initial shock and unease, I have to admit, it was a prank well played.
Absolutely, it was brilliant.
As the night drew to a close, they reminisced about the evening's events, their laughter echoing long after they had said their goodbyes. The unexpected visitor had turned their ordinary get-together into a night of mystery and laughter, a memory they would cherish for years to come.